Well, this is going to be interesting because I am a reader and a writer, not really a speaker, and right now it kind of feels like I'm talking to myself, so hilarious. Anyway, thanks to my friend Cherie, I have been suckered into trying to do a vlog. So I'm going to kind of do, well, we're going to have some cat interruptions, don't mind him. but, oh my goodness. This is my little buddy. He likes to snuggle. But as Cherie did, I'm going to attempt to go through some of the books that I hope to read this year. This is definitely not all the books that I want to read. I might change it because I like to change my mind often whenever I see another interesting book. But for now, these are on my to-be-read list for this year. One of the things that I do want to do is read a lot more classics and required reading that I have never read yet. It's kind of embarrassing sometimes, some of the books that I somehow have managed to go through all of high school and college without reading, especially since I was an English major, so we're going to attempt to remedy that this year. I don't own those books though, so we'll just leave it at that. I'll probably at some point in the year go through a list. Anyway, one of the books that I'm reading now is Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. So obviously that's on my to-be-read list, or currently reading. Because of that, of course, I'm going to read its sequel once I finish. I'm definitely interested in the series so far. Haven't gotten very far into it yet to really form much of an opinion. I will say that the budding love triangle has me kind of leery at the moment, but the character Leah has definitely drawn me in. I like her sass and her courage. It's definitely something I admire in a main character. Another book that I'm actually currently reading is Slip by my friend David. I've actually read this book, I beta read this book, and its sequel, Grip, but I don't believe I ever read the final book in the series. I think some personal life circumstances got in the way because I have no recollection of actually finishing the series, which is kind of unfortunate because I was really enjoying it. So that's definitely going to happen. I'm going to actually reread the first two books and finish the series at long last. Another series that I want to read is the Chaos Walking series by Patrick Ness. My friend Cherie actually highly recommended these, and my brother bought them for me for Christmas, so definitely going to be reading those at some point soon. I also recently picked up The Young Elites. I have to confess I never finished reading the Legend series. I read the first book, and I do remember going through it pretty quickly, so I must have liked it decently well. It's been several years now, and I do own it, so I have considered actually rereading that book and finishing that series. I think the somewhat corny romance turned me off a little bit, but the action was interesting enough that it seemed like it might redeem the series for me. It definitely was interesting enough that I picked up this first book in her next series, so we will see how that goes. Also, my Instagram followers know that I have been just admiring this book for a while now. Six of Crows is just such a gorgeous book with such a gorgeous interior even. I just love this map and just kind of everything about it, really. That I was really excited to pick it up, and I'm actually in love with it so much that even if I decide I don't even like the story, I'm just excited that it will now adorn my bookshelves and look lovely there. And last but not least, this is actually a Christian or inspirational fantasy series that I read like back when I was a teen or in college or something like that. Well, at least I read the first three books. I'd been renting them from the library, not purchasing them, not looking for them. And the fourth book was never available whenever I went to look for it. I think I even tried to purchase it at some point and I still couldn't find it. It was very difficult to get a hold of. So I finally found all four of these at Half Price Books. And now it's been so long that I don't remember the first three. So I will probably be rereading the first three and finishing the last one at some point this year. I do remember being intrigued by the characters and the action and the world that the author, Karen Hancock, had created, but I really don't remember a whole lot about the series. I do know that Christian books in general tend to be kind of fluff or romance and tend to kind of disappoint me, so it's usually a genre I steer away from. So I know that this series was a pleasant surprise for me. That's all the books that I physically have with me right now. I'm sure there are plenty more that I will come across in the coming year that I'll want to read. And like I said, I really want to go through a required reading list and kind of mark off the ones I've already read and find some new ones that I have yet to read. So if you have any recommendations for me, please let me know. I am more than happy to hear them.